Actually, I've heard this several times in the pest control industry. Everybody says the same thing. Hey, we spray the same chemical. Well, a lot of that is true. There's a lot of chemicals. Bisect, Talstar are probably the two biggest. Termidor, you're probably seen advertised as well. They're all insecticides and they all pretty much do the same thing. They control pests, they control the bugs. They all have unique ingredients and different things that they do for specific bugs. But here's where it's different between pest control companies. This little booklet right here, okay? Partly because the government requires that all insecticides come out with an actual label. This is the actual label to Talstar, one of the products that we use. It's not the only one because we actually switch off every year between Bisect and Talstar because bugs have a tendency to develop a natural defense against insecticides. Here's where all the pest control companies are different. It's the pest control company that actually reads this manual. The first thing you'll notice inside is, as you open up inside, for each and every individual species of bug, there's different mix ratios. Ants require more than maybe a housefly, than maybe a spider and so forth. So understanding how the entomology works as far as the ants, the wasps, the flying insects, the interior insects, and how much chemical is needed to effectively control them, that's very important. So what we do is when we go and look around the house, we find the pests that we're targeting and we mix everything accordingly. So with the main tank, we have the primary mix, but for ants, I'll have to use my hand can. With my hand can, I'll go and spray more chemical on it. Roaches are the same situation. Controlling insects is dependent upon reading the label, understanding the label. You can't simply just throw a little bit of chemical in the tank and think it's going to kill everything because it does not. So that's another important thing about reading the label, understanding the label. Second thing I want to point out too is, I've heard it said many times, I even saw it advertised, pest control for 1 year, lasts for 1 year. But if you open up any label and you actually check the label, you'll find that there is no such thing. There's not a single manufacturer out there in their label that'll guarantee control for a year. The average pest control wears out between 45 and 60 days. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just a fact, the way the insecticides work. Many things go into that. Weather, as far as sunlight, as far as wind and so forth. Whether or not you come and power wash your house, all that plays in effect. To effectively treat your house and to continue with the pest control till it never becomes a problem, you should always spray every 60 days because that's when the warranty runs out at our services with the many other services, but more importantly, the actual manufacturer tells you that it only lasts for 60 days.